welcome again on my videos. I'm happy to see you again. And then today, like always, I would like to share with you something simple, something that I apply to my life, something I discovered, and maybe it could be useful for you too. So today, I would like to share with you something extremely simple, something extremely efficient, probably the most efficient tool and the most efficient lesson I have myself learned in the change of life I decided to be the change I wanted to see in the world. And first, I have to say something, but I'm not going to teach you this. Of course, you know that our planet is dying because some of us, actually a fraction, luckily, of the people living on this planet, choose to live market and in consumerism oriented society, which is fine. And the change I wanted to see in the world was to remove my own pollution without leaving this Western society, because I'm holding right now a smartphone, I'm using the internet, and I want obviously to be part of that. I do not want to live, like I always say, in the cave with goats. We don't have to do that. It has its charm, but I was raised in this technological and consumerism society, and I wanted to find the balance between the two, and it's possible. I removed, like I say, 92% of my own carbon footprint, and if all the planet would live like me, we could have, we would use only 30% of the resources of the planet, which would be absolutely fine. And at the same time, having this consumerism and capitalistic society. So what I would like to say is that you obviously know that our planet is dying. It is possible to do it, but we have to make changes. It's not a choice or an option, it's an obligation. Otherwise, we are going to die sooner. And have you seen that the viruses are actually disseminate faster when there is pollution? And you perfectly know, even if it's not totally proven yet, you already know that our kids are going to drink dirty water and eat dirty food that are going to cause them to need more medicine, more money, and to die at a younger age. Apart from us human, all the plants and animals are dying, and this is something we could do about. Okay, we know the problem, but there's something very important to understand, and it's extremely simple. Like I always say, water is wet. The governments are not going to change. The companies are not going to change. The governments and the companies are fed by us. A company will never produce a product if we don't buy it. It is as simple as that. If there is anybody to blame, it is us. Each time we buy something, we put a little bit of weight in that balance toward something that we want. And you can do all the protests you want in the world, all the strikes you want in the world. It will never change as long as people are buying products that are not sustainable. So now I understand people want people to change, but they don't want to change themselves, and they speak but they never act. So it brings a painful feeling. Sorry, it's sometimes I slip with my English. It's a painful feeling. Why do I have to change? Why do I have to give up? No, you do not have to give up anything, and you don't have to change anything. What I'm talking about is to make a small adjustment. And for the people who won't do this small adjustment, because, come on, it's not going to change the face of the planet, I'm going to answer this. It's this philosopher I always like, that I always cite in my videos, Pierre Rabhi, with the Colibri theory. This Colibri is there in a village in fire. The villagers are trying to put out the fire in Algeria. The fire of the forest surrounds this village in a small valley, and the villagers collecting the water from the river give up. The village is done, is going to be burned, there's nothing to do, they are very sad. And this small Colibri flies to the river, take 2 drops, goes back to the, I do the Colibri, and goes back to the river, and to the village, and then put two drops into the fire. And the villagers stop that colibri and say, "What are you doing? You never stop the fire." He replies, "I don't know about you, but I'm doing my part." And this is it. The power of people doing a little bit, it's a lot. Let me give you one small example. On my small island, at my small level, we have like stores that are open 24 hours. They used to give plastic bag when you buy a single pack of cigarette. A very tiny plastic bag for one pack of cigarette. Could you imagine that? And one day, we decided to, some people decided to, not me, but some people decided to make a little sign outside, say, "Please refuse any plastic bags." And they saw that most of the customers were refusing them. So on the island, this chain of stores decided that every Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month, they would not give plastic bags. What happens, and we don't know if it happened from us, but a few weeks later, in the whole Thailand, nationwide, they voted a law that the plastic bags will not be allowed. And a few days after this happened on our island, the whole chain nationwide decided that it will not be they will not give plastic bags to people. This is a small example, but I can tell you, at least at the level of my island, it is true. It came from us, and it came from two people putting a sign. So you can do a lot. So what can you change? You know, it's the idea is that it should be always cheaper than the normal thing, easier than the normal thing. I'm looking at my notes, and more efficient than the normal thing. That's what I want. And I'm like you. I don't want to change entirely my life, but I want to save this planet. And if it's better for me and cheaper and better, hey, I'm gonna do it. So one example. Let's pick one example. Anything you will do will have a big impact. You change your shampoo, you change your soap, you change one thing. Try to change one thing and calculate the amount of the tons of and kilos of carbon you just saved, because it's a shorter distance from you and it's been produced like in your country or in your village, or it's organic products. A lot of people ask, "Oh, you have nice hair." Well, I use organic coconut shampoo made on this island, and I finance farmers. Now they just launch a brand because they make so much money. Or instead of buying bottles of water that you carry up the stairs and the elevator and so on, buy a filter. Buy a filter online. It costs between $30, $40 max online. Buy the ones that use a UV light. Why? Because it will kill all viruses and bacteria, and it's the safest. The water you're gonna have from that tap is virtually free, because it will give you money. Because after so much use, it will save you money that you would have bought with bottles, because it's so cheap. And the amount of time and free gym and then shoulder pain and back pain you would have saved with that is tremendous. And you will never run out of water. So some people say, "Yes, okay, I understand you, Guillaume, but what about the minerals? Because I heard the filtered water is bad for my health." Alors, what about mineral water? Mineral water at the source, I agree. At the spring, you drink the mineral water in your hand, like we are supposed to do to be as human beings on this planet. You get all the minerals. The water bottle, the mineral water bottle, is in PET or any other kind of plastic. It's full of pollutants inside. It's full of chemicals. When they test the water for the mineral water, they test at the spring, at the factory, but rarely and never actually, because it's a huge business with billions of euros, they will never test the water in the bottle of mineral water. If you knew how many chemicals and pollutants and carcinogens you find in a bottle of water, mineral water, because it's good for you, the minerals, please drink filtered water, because it's going to be pure without any pollutants inside, and eat fish, eat shrimps, eat things, eat vegetables that are full of very good nutrients. Eat banana for magnesium. you'll find all the calcium, all the magnesium, all the amazing oligo elements and vitamins, especially if it's organic, you get about 30% more by eating those amazing food than polluting and killing your body with mineral water because it's nice, and then packing your car full of it. A water that was been treated in the plant, traveled by truck, then was sent to the supermarket, and then used the oil gasoline and then gas oil, to make these PET bottles, which traveled to China to be made from Saudi Arabia and then went back to your country. I think you get it. And then this plastic bottle is going to stay 400 years in our landfill, or be recycled in what? In a bench in the garden, but the plastic will still be there. You will be a earth savior and the hero of the day when you buy that filter online. And calculate, if I'm lying, calculate the amount of CO2 you're gonna save like this. See, it's about one change. It's about not even one change, one adjustment. And it's for the better, not for the worst. You can save this planet by being a consumer, by having a better lifestyle, but instead of spending hours in supermarkets buying bottled water from Fiji, that travel around the world, you don't even have enough water in Fiji. You can do all that by saving time to do other things than that, read a book, travel, speak with your kids, call friends, then carrying and then putting yourself into slavery for bottled water, which are bad for your health. It's not even ecology here. It's free money, better for your health, easier, cheaper. Good luck, guys, and see you in another video. I hope you like this one.